To the final advisory of Mythic's 4 Cyclonic Minutes for Tropical Depression now, Anna. It is completely overland now. This advisory is a little bit out of date, but the last known location that it could hit is 34.4 north, 78.6 west, with wind speed of 35 miles an hour and a pressure of 1,007 millibars, which is a tropical depression in the Saffir-Simpson hurricane wind scale. And it's not quite moving slow enough to have a significant enough impact on the CDPS rating, so it is also rated as a stage 1 on that. Taking a look at its forecast track, it's expected to stay roughly close to the coast, only be tropical if it doesn't dissipate overland, only be tropical for the next 12 hours or so. Something that should be mentioned, a flood watch is currently in effect for the following areas of Carteret, Craven, Duplin, Joins, Linway, and Onslow, North Carolina. I believe the counties here are those are the counties. So if you live in any of those counties, you are currently underneath a flood watch. Going to the models now, what the GFS is showing us is a dissipation overland and a permanent absorption by the trough that is supposed to move through within the next 36 hours, which can definitely be good news because if it just dissipates overland, we would be talking about maybe moisture starting to leave the area. The ECMWF shows a much different track, and ECMWF has probably been the best model to this point. Shows that the storm will not be absorbed, and it stays very similar to what the NHC is saying. And the strongest outlier the entire time has been the NAM model, and the NAM is showing. It showed complete dissipation last time. We'll see if the same thing occurs again, and yes, complete dissipation of the storm occurs. So, going back to the presentation, here is the latest satellite imagery of Anna, and you can see the western side of the cyclone starting to dissipate at a pretty rapid rate. You can also see the cloud decks just completely going away now that's over land, and you can especially see it here on the IR. The T2.0 signatures are even almost completely gone from wrapping around the cyclone, completely gone from the center at the moment, so it's certainly a tropical depression. Sea surface temperatures, when it decides to go back out into shore in this area, if you can see my marker, that is an area with sea surface temperatures of less than 15 degrees centigrade, so I do not see this storm strengthening any further. Wind shear values continue to remain either low or non-existent around the cyclone, though I do not think that that's going to matter much. Another thing is the dry air that has been coming in on the western side of the cyclone, which is probably what's eroding away the western side of the cyclone, is starting to potentially penetrate deeper and start to remove the moisture for Anna, which would be a good sign for the urban areas of southeastern North Carolina. So the final main points, all tropical storm warnings have been discontinued to this point. It is very unlikely to re-intensify over water, and if it does, it will be a bare minimal tropical storm. And within the next 24 hours, we'll either see it dissipate over North Carolina before it emerges out into sea, or the trough will take it out to sea within the next 24 to 36 hours. Elsewhere in the world, Typhoon Noel is still ticking north of the Philippines as a 120-mile-an-hour Category 3 storm with a CDPS rating of 32. This time I actually kind of agree with the 120 miles an hour, unlike the last couple of advisories, which I think have overrated Newell. And Tropical Storm Dolphin, with still an exposed center to the north and east, currently has winds of 45 miles an hour and a CDPS rating of 11, stage 2. And that will conclude everything. The next update that I plan to have is June 1st, which will be Monday. So we'll see you then, unless a storm develops between now and then.